What's going on, y'all? I'm Aaron McDonald. Making this video about Sysco. Reason why I was in your shoes at one time. If you watching this, probably saw the title. Like, oh, like found out about the job. You probably watched a bunch of other videos. But that's how I was too. You know, like I was watching a hell of videos about Sysco, thinking, oh, it can't be that bad. I can officially confirm it is that fucking bad, right? I was walking my dog and shit. In the crib, I was like, let me make this video real quick. I ain't gonna edit. I'm just gonna spitball. I'm gonna end for like 8 minutes, not take up too much of y'all time. So I just quit yesterday, right? If this video get like, I don't know, 100 views and 10 likes, you know, people are interested in this topic, how is Sysco in 2026/2025. I technically quit 2026. Then I'll make a part 2 where I'll show my pay stubs, show all the little videos I got of the truck, you know, the trailer. So, I'll get more into detail. This one is just spitballing off the top of my head, right? Now, I want you to take it with a grain of salt, right? This is my experience, which I think is the common person's experience. But, I'm always have a bias, right? So, one thing I can tell you about Sysco, the job really varies terminal to terminal, city to city, right? For example, right now, I moved to DeForest, Wisconsin, which is basically Madison, Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? So we went to a lot of routes that were downtown, like downtown Madison. So, it's like a whole college party town, whatever. And then like Milwaukee, we all know about Milwaukee and shit. A lot of horrible routes, right? Where you might be in Texas. Maybe it's a little softer. I don't know. I hear people on the east side also got this shit bad because, truck driving on the East Coast is fucking horrible. That shit, because of the 13 colonies were built years before trucks. They didn't do that shit with trucks in mind. And the job overall sucked, right? Like, I feel like I've been lied to from day one, right? Where, like, they telling us, oh, you're going to work Monday through Friday. You're going to work 60 to 70 hours a week. This, that, and this, right? You're going to get paid for everything. Bonus, right? And on the job listing, it's, 125K, $10,000 sign-on bonus. For me, at least, none of that shit was true. Also for my coworkers who started orientation when I did, none of that shit was true. None of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because in my spot, how it was, pretty small terminal. Before my group got in there, it was like a group of 5 of us. All right, so there were only 2 of them left. I quit yesterday type shit. What basically happened was, it was 3 drivers at the yard before we got there, right? One of them been there, right? One been there for 3, the other one for 2, the other one for 1. And that was my trailer. He was the best one there. I also want to say the workers at Sysco, cool people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it. Cool people, nice people, good people usually get the short straw in life. And that's what you see at Sysco, right? Because Sysco takes advantage of, Sysco, but most billion-dollar corporations, right? They're going to take advantage of your need for money, right? Because Sysco claims to pay you a lot of money, and I ain't gonna lie, the job worth it if you get money, right? If you're getting paid. Me, I wasn't getting paid. I was getting, I want to say maybe on average, I would earn like $1,300 net every week, right? Which for the work I'm doing was not fucking worth it. My own background, I've been driving for 6 years, and that was my 4th truck driving job. And also don't worry about me, I still got a new job out here. I really took that job because y'all know I was traveling through Latin America for 8 months, and I had to get, so 8 months, 8-month gap. I'm like, all right, who I know can hire? Sysco, because they got the highest turnover rate in the industry. They'll hire anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why if you just got your CDL, they'll hire your ass right away. It's not really a truck driving job. It's really a sweatshop on wheels. You know what I'm saying? It's really more a warehouse job because you're really just laboring away all day, right? Now, it's true. It's a very hard job as in physical, right? Like, you're going to get in shape, right? If I was taking my shirt off, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that nigga been doing this shit, right? But the point being is, not only is it hard as in hard labor, as in like, you're offloading 15,000 to 20,000 pounds on a hand cart, dolly, whatever you want to call it, every day. You know what I'm saying? If that don't sound like a lot, your body gonna say this shit a lot. But the problem is that it's such a hard job, and the job is harder than what it needs to be. Sysco does a horrible job at management, dispatching, doing the routes. Because basically, you get a manifest, right? It tells you how long it should take, and it never takes that long, right? That shit is computer generated, so there ain't no real human being doing that shit, right? Now, I've seen people who can do it. I've met, like I said, I've been there. How long was it? I was there since September. I just quit yesterday. So whenever this video uploads, I just quit yesterday. I think that was like the 15th or the 16th, right? I've only ever met four. Let me say it. So it's like Louise. I only have met 4 people who could really like do the job where they blow me away. Cause I put myself like perfectly in the middle of like performance wise, like how well I did the job. Me personally, I can do that job all day, every day. Cause I'm young, I'm 27, go turn 28 in March. So I'm officially old now, up now. But the problem is, man, I could talk about this shit all day. Let me know you want part 2, go more in detail, right? So, but the problem was having to pick through the trailer more than anything. Cause they'll give you a piece of shit and want you to build them a castle. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened is, you'll go to a route, it'll say, get 20 cases. You gotta find 20 cases, let alone, take it out during the snow, negative degree weather. I'll never forget. They had me out there, -7 degrees, shuffling potatoes, just throwing potatoes on the cart, doing in there, snowing. You gotta, have your cart through the snow. That don't really work. Heavy stuff. It's a bad job for multiple reasons. Let me see how much time I took up. I'm trying to finish this up a little bit for y'all. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into detail. I don't feel like editing this, so that's not gonna be like no world-class video. Just my own little thoughts real quick. But I'm saying this because I was in that position of like, is a job really that bad? It is. And not just because you hear it's hard. It's more than just hard. It's crap. Because nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because when they throw you in that truck, they know more than likely you're going to quit. So nobody takes you serious, right? For example, they didn't give me none of the equipment I needed, right? For example, or I'll be honest, at first, I had some of the stuff I needed, but they'd be slow to give it to me. Or if I need it replaced, they'll just like say, fuck it, you ain't gonna survive anyway, That's why, as a new driver, they'll just give you all the worst routes. Because Sysco knows, like, it's kind of like a funnel where it's like, if let's say 100 people get hired this year, only 20 will make it past 8 months, and maybe only 10 will make it a year and a half, if that, you know what I'm saying? Sysco, the kind of place you go for a first chance, as in you just got your CDL, got no experience, you don't want to do OTR, which nobody want to live in a truck, really. Especially this truck driving now as it used to be, ain't as lit as it used to be, you know what I'm saying? Back in the paper log days. I'm still kind of a young buck. I don't know how that was, but you know what I'm saying? I hear stories in them trucker lounges. And people who need a last chance. As in like, felons and people with criminal records, and I make fun of those kind of people. Or, people where it's like they're stuck, you know what I'm trying to say? Sysco's where you go when you have no other option, right? I want to talk more about the money, but I won't make this video too fucking long. The money not there, you know what I'm saying? They told me 60, 70 hours out the week. I was lucky if I got 55, right? I was working anywhere between 45 to 55. So I didn't work I worked a lot of hours, but I didn't work a lot of days. When I worked, it was about 13 to 16 hours every single day. Like all kind of weather, all kind of conditions, customers, man, customers some of the worst too. I make a whole video off the customers alone, bro. That shit crazy. I can tell other stories, right? But the point being is, I didn't get nowhere near what they say, right? I had a 10,000 sign-on bonus. They didn't pay me a dime of it. My coworker, who was in orientation with me, he got paid it. I didn't get paid. And then another guy, he didn't get paid. It's like he quit instantly type shit, which I don't blame him for. For him, they told him, for productivity, right? They didn't mention nothing like that during orientation. Like I said, it's very deceitful. A lot of corporations are, right? Sysco will tell you ask anything, get you in that motherfucking truck, which is, that's business. I understand. They're going to take advantage of us. And also, if you do work at Sysco, I highly, highly recommend go for a union. There's I think the one in Chicago is a union. I think they can pay 35. I was making 29.92, which was nowhere near enough, right? Even like the top dogs who make dip pay, which dip pay, all the bonuses Sysco tells you go goddamn lie, right? Like this put it like that. Or they're not really worth it in the sense of you gotta do a lot more work to get it, right? But if you work union, I hear it's a lot more softer. They don't work as much. They don't do as many stairs. If it's more than like X amount of steps, they ain't gonna do it. Because Sysco will chew you up and spit you out. So you need some representatives, you know. I do believe I would have had a better experience if I would have went to a union, or people who do have good experience. It seemed like, oh, they worked at a union or they've been there for 2 years, right? Because Sysco, I honestly, it could be a decent job if you're there for a couple of years, but it's like, as my knowledge as a truck driver, it's like I'm not about to go through hell for 2 years to finally the job to be decent. You know what I'm saying? Basically, closing remarks, the job is like the human centipede, where we're all going through crap, all eating shit, right? From dispatch, warehouse, management, but as a truck driver, it all comes back down to us, where it's like, you know, we get the worst end of the shit, and it's the worst shit ever because we don't get to crap in nobody else's mouth.